Coming up on Vegas Revealed, Cleopatra's Barge is gone at Caesar's Palace, but a new live music speakeasy and caviar bar is now open in the same spot.
A favorite locals restaurant is closing in the Southwest, but you still have time to get there.
The Last Showgirl is a new movie that stars Pamela Anderson. We head to the Beverly Theater to preview it and talk to Pam about her role in the film.
There's so much more to it than what's on the page. It just becomes something, it just becomes alive. And Vegas is its own character, which has so much energy and beauty.
We jam to Janet Jackson at Resorts World, our recap of her new Vegas show.
We also catch up with Chef Michael Mina at his brand new steak restaurant on the Strip. He wants this one to be for the locals.
The locals have always come here because access. It's so easy to get in and out of. You're not walking through a casino, you're just pulling up to probably one of the best valet teams that I've ever seen.
All that and more now on Vegas Revealed.
Vegas Revealed, presented by LevelUp Law, starts now.
Welcome to Vegas Revealed. I'm Dana Roselli along with Sean McAllister. Happy New Year, everyone, again.
Yeah, and Happy New Year to you, Dana.
Thank you.
And you know, with the new year, there's a new film out called The Last Showgirl. It stars Pamela Anderson and just opened in theaters across the country this weekend.
Yeah, and we actually had a chance to see it before it opened. We went over to the Beverly Theater. They had a great event and a Q&A with Pam Anderson. Then we got to interview her afterward, and that interview is coming up. What a joy it was to talk to her about this film that was completely shot in Las Vegas.
And I think it's a story that a lot of people here in Las Vegas are really going to resonate with. So we're excited to share that with you coming up.
But first, let's talk food. Chef Michael Mina has opened a Bourbon Steak in Las Vegas. It's located over at the Four Seasons.
Yeah, the restaurant is absolutely beautiful. And he's an award-winning chef, so you know that food is going to be delicious too.
Definitely. And we sat down with Chef Mina to talk about why he opened this spot and how he really wants this to be a place for the locals in Las Vegas.
Hit it with a little bit of beef jus. Keep it nice and simple. So that's our bone-in, dry-aged ribeye.
Let's talk about this, first of all, this gorgeous restaurant. How long has this been in the works?
Almost been 2 years now, actually, that we've been able to work on the space. And fortunately, I knew the space fairly well because it was, my first mentor's space before this. It was Charlie Palmer's Steak. And so, I knew the space well, and then we had a nice long time to really kind of be able to curate all the pieces and put the whole project together.
I love, first of all the different corners. So talk about a little bit about the vision for when you walk in and that kind of thing. I'm sure there's, you're thinking, okay, this is good. Someone's night's going to start over here.
Well, with Bourbon Steak is a brand that is throughout Mina Group, but every Bourbon Steak is designed differently, and we really like them to have a sense of place. Where we start, the foundation of Bourbon Steak is taking everything you love about that classic American steakhouse and try to give you that classic American feel, but modernizing it with using like innovation, whether it's within the food, whether it's within the design, techniques. When you start to look at the food here in the Four Seasons, the number one probably draw to me about this space was all about location, 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 and the thing I always loved about the location was the locals have always come here because access. It's so easy to get in and out of. You're not walking through a casino, you're just pulling up to probably one of the best valet teams that I've ever seen. They're just so generous and kind. And then you walk right into the restaurant.
And I see the piano.
Yes,
it's
the red
gorgeous.
piano.
The red piano.
Yeah.
Was that the thought, to get a red one?
Yes, absolutely. And again, it's like being able to have statement pieces and being able to have things that you will remember. And when you look at them individually, the pieces, they might be loud, they might have a lot of vibrance to them, but it's seeing it when it all comes together, when the lights are right, when everything is right, seeing the experience as a whole come together.
Are you going to have an official happy hour here?
Yes. I mean, every day we're going to open at 4 o'clock. And so we will have an official happy hour. We've got a really fun little menu for it. The cocktail program is spectacular. And we also have a very limited membership program. And again, that was the big part of the membership program was creating community, we're going to partner with Keep Memory Alive with Larry Ruvo on his charity to start it with the founding members, and then we'll have some gold members. And the whole idea is exactly that. We want this to be that social place in Las Vegas. That's the goal. I've been here, been part of Las Vegas for 27 years with Bellagio, but been living here now for the last 5 or 6 years and have really fallen in love with it and all of the relationships. And so this one was the one that hopefully will have, a great place for people to come for a happy hour and to get together even if they're not having dinner. Las Vegas is home now, so I'm here. I'm going through the restaurants here all the time.
It's a great place to live.
And we talked to Chef Mina about so many different things. So we're going to have more in coming weeks of Vegas Revealed, like what are some of the items that they have there that are different than other places. We talked to him about the culinary scene and how it's changed.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss the tomahawk steak that they have over there. It's something special.
It really is.
Well, if you've lived here in Las Vegas for a long time or visit often, you probably know Cleopatra's Barge over at Caesar's Palace. It was an iconic spot for so many years. Well, it closed, it was gutted, and now it's opened again, called Caspian's.
Yeah, it's a live music venue. It's by Click Hospitality. It's also a caviar bar and speakeasy. The cocktail lounge opens from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. daily. The live music speakeasy is open evenings until late. So we've got a new spot over there at Caesar's Palace.
We've got some sad news now about a locals restaurant that is closing after so many years.
Yeah, 15 years of culinary service in Las Vegas. We're talking about DW Bistro, and it's going to close its doors in April, they announced. DW is located in Southwest Las Vegas. They're going to host this big farewell brunch on Sunday, April 6th. Sean, you and I have been there so many times. I remember the days when I used to try and get a reservation on a Sunday morning, and I just couldn't. You had to wait in line.
Oh, you had to wait in line, but once you got inside, there were always so many familiar faces. You would go in, you would table hop before and after your meal. I mean, just such a great place.
Yeah, and they always have like events. There was this drag brunch once that I went to, and we brought my friend and very famous pop singer, Debbie Gibson, and she did a little performance. You're looking at some video of that. It was so much fun because people were like, wait, is that the real Debbie Gibson? We kind of made it a surprise, but so many different memories there throughout the years. So listen, you do have a chance to get there. And again, until April, they're going to do a series of different farewell events in the coming months. So you can pay attention to their social media and follow along. It's over at the Gramercy on Russell. Remember, it used to be in a different spot, but in 2016 it moved there. And obviously, I think you should just get there one more time. It's definitely a good spot for the locals.
Pink Box Donuts celebrated the grand opening of its 14th shop. They just keep expanding, man. This one is located over at Boca Park Fashion Village on Rampart. There were hundreds of people waiting in line for this one. The event began with the official pink ribbon cutting ceremony featuring live performances by local award-winning students and the Bishop Gorman High School Band. Congratulations.
There's a new restaurant at the Cosmopolitan Las Vegas. Amaya Modern Mexican is now open. Amaya delivers a bold coastal Mexican cuisine, innovative cocktails, and has entertainment too, so that's pretty cool. It's described as culinary artistry meets high-energy nightlife. Ooh. It's open for lunch and dinner.
Still to come, we head to Janet Jackson's show over at Resorts World. The iconic pop star is back in Las Vegas with a brand new show that you still have time to see.
We have a recap next on Vegas Revealed.
But first, check out how the Sphere welcomed 2025.
If you've experienced a slip and fall, were injured in a place of business or on a construction site, call LevelUp Law. Do you have a wrongful death case or been in a motor vehicle accident, even harmed in a rideshare? Our team specializes in personal injury cases. Call LevelUp Law now at 855-LEVEL-UP. Elevate your case with LevelUp Law. We've got your back. Call 855-LEVEL-UP. Your journey to justice starts here. LevelUp Law. Justice at your fingertips.
Welcome back to Vegas Revealed. You're looking at Janet Jackson up on stage over at Resorts World, where she has just kicked off her brand new Vegas residency.
And you still have time to see her. She has shows coming up in February. We really enjoyed the show. You couldn't help but dance. I mean, she did the classic Janet songs and had amazing costumes and sets. And I loved it. You could just tell she was so confident and having so much fun up there.
Yeah, she really was. And I mean, the dancing is what you expect at a Janet Jackson show. And boy, did Janet and her dancers deliver.
Definitely. I mean, I lost it when she started Rhythm Nation because it's so good.
It is good.
Yeah, well.
I'm not going to attempt because
No.
I can't hold a flame to what they do. But yeah, I mean, the costumes, her hair blowing in the wind, it's a Janet Jackson experience.
It is. Listen, she also opens the show with some songs that I'd actually never heard her perform before. So I know the die-hard Janet fans are going to love this show. You could see them all the way up at the front just flipping out at some of the music that she brought back and, you know, doing different routines. She had amazing set. So it's a really cool show. You and I actually noticed that her mom, Catherine, was sitting behind us for a little bit.
Yeah, and she ended up moving because she was there in a wheelchair and couldn't see over the people who were standing in front of her, so they got her a prime spot. But what was so sweet and endearing is when we looked back, she was looking up at the big screen with Janet's face up there, and she just had the sweetest smile on her face.
Did. She just had a huge smile watching Janet on stage. It was a joy to see that moment, and we thought, wow, this is pretty incredible.
And talking with some fans who were there at the show, this hit every note.
Yeah.
So, Janet, welcome. We look forward to your February dates over at Resorts World.
Yeah, and she performed more than like 40 songs. She condenses some of the songs, but I mean, it was a set list.
I mean, it's packed from top to bottom. It is a show.
Still to come, The Last Showgirl is in theaters now, our take on the film, and an interview with Pamela Anderson at the Las Vegas screening.
It was so important for me to come here and screen the film before the film came out because I wanted to show my respect and appreciation to the community that helped us make the film.
When storms wreak havoc on your property, don't face the aftermath alone. LevelUp Law is your ally in natural disaster recovery. Whether it's property damage, wind resulting in downed trees, wildfires, or water damage, our experienced team will help you. Call 855-LEVEL-UP for a free consultation. Call LevelUp Law now, 855-LEVEL-UP, and take the first step toward rebuilding your life. LevelUp Law, justice at your fingertips. Call today.
Welcome back to Vegas Revealed. This is a look at the new movie, The Last Showgirl, starring Pamela Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis, which is out in theaters now.
In Las Vegas used to treat us like movie stars. These costumes, sets. We were ambassadors for style and grace.
Places call.
The Las Vegas Showgirl.
The film was entirely shot on location here in Las Vegas over a very short 18-day span. Incredible.
Yeah, pretty ambitious, to say the least. Anderson plays an aging showgirl who's forced to face a new reality in life when her long-running review closes and the sparkle of the show that she starred in for so long fades. It's a story that, unfortunately, so many performers here in Las Vegas have actually lived through.
Yeah, and we were there at the Beverly Theater for this special VIP screening of the movie ahead of its release. And we spoke with Pamela Anderson about the film and how it reflects the experience she's faced in the entertainment industry.
I just love it when people come up to me and they say, I know a lot of Shelley's, and thank you so much for portraying this character and telling this story in this film, because I remember my great aunt, so like bedazzled head to toe, this joie de vivre. It wasn't about money. It was about happiness is a choice, she used to always say. And I think that we all have that person in our lives, and especially in Las Vegas, you'll have, people that were showgirls actually, or in the entertainment business, or actresses, and like Billy, for instance, her grandmother was Debbie Reynolds, her mother Carrie Fisher, and so when we did that scene, it was the first scene we did together backstage where she's talking to me about, oh, so this was more important than me, and she really got to express her feelings about her relationship with her mom and her grandmother, and I was coming at it as a mother of sons in this industry, being objectified, slightly in my life, and having to be able to face them as adults and beg for forgiveness, really, or at least have the conversation. And so those were really touching moments, and I think that they will resonate with a lot of people, especially around here. And that's why it was so important for me to come here and screen the film before the film came out, because I wanted to show my respect and appreciation to the community that helped us make the film.
Well, and I was going to say, I've done behind the scenes of Jubilee before. I know Sean has too. And it felt, for me, I was like, this is real. I mean, I know those stairways, and I remember thinking like up and down the stairs. I mean, you guys made it very real. I felt like watching the film, I never had that moment where I was like, this is just not how it is, or this is wrong, like ever. So congratulations on that. Yeah.
That's a great compliment, because people do, I think when they do stories, sometimes they make a sound stage and they will try and pretend they're in Las Vegas, but we did it all here. All these backstage places were real, the mirrors, the handheld cameras. Gia likes to say the space kind of dictates how we're going to film. Mm-hmm. So she'd rather go into this place and find what the challenges are and have that be part of the creative process. So we just made it work, and I think the only way to make it super authentic is to actually be here. So it was exciting to do it all here. There was no shots done anywhere else.
And the other part that made it authentic were those costumes, the Bob Mackie, Pete Menefee costumes that came from the Las Vegas stage straight to this movie. They haven't been worn in a long time. For people, most people have never put that on. What does it do to you when you put those outfits on?
Well, I mean, those were museum pieces, and they hadn't left the building in 30 years, some of them. So to put them on, I just felt like there were so many women that had wore them before me, and I felt like everybody was with me. And I felt like there was magic in the costumes. There were still girls' name tags in some of them, and I thought, everybody that has ever worn this is here with me right now. They were treated like movie stars. They were really looked at from a distance and protected. Like, they weren't supposed to mingle with people like in the casinos. They went home after, and there was some distance where I think those kind of lines get blurred in some, like in burlesque and things like that. So I just really felt like it was a real women, ladies. It was powerful. There was so much about it that had so much pride to it. It's just, and I loved that Shelley was just so adamant about her love of the art form.
Pamela Anderson was a Golden Globe nominee for her lead role in the movie. The film also had a nomination for the original song Beautiful That Way, which is by Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, The Last Showgirl is out in theaters now. It's a must-see, especially if you live in Las Vegas. And it's going to be playing at the Beverly Theater starting later in January, too, which we also highly recommend.
And can't say enough good things about Pamela Anderson in this role. I'm so excited about her movie future and this new era in her career.
I know. It's wonderful. Her documentary's great, too. If you watch that ahead of time, you can learn more about Pam, and then you can go watch the movie. And Jamie Lee Curtis was excellent in this film as well. It's really good.
It's very Vegas.
Yes.
Speaking of classic Las Vegas, the Valley's largest annual Heritage Festival, presented by the Nevada Preservation Foundation, is returning May 1st through the 4th.
Yeah, this is really cool. Home and History Las Vegas is celebrating, actually, its 10th anniversary. This event honors Southern Nevada history and architecture. There are a bunch of different tours, seminars, cocktail parties, and speaker presentations. Tickets are on sale now and start at $35. To purchase those tickets and to learn more, you can visit nevadapreservation.org.
Back to movies now. There's a new documentary out on Amazon Prime that you may want to watch, especially if you're into health and wellness. It's an immersive look into the science and art of self-enhancement, longevity, and biohacking for a new era of human potential.
They had a movie premiere and red carpet event over at the Venetian in December. The movie launched on Christmas Day. It's called Biohack Yourself. Now, you may wonder, what is biohacking? Well, New York Times bestselling science author Dave Asprey was at the premiere, and he explains.
Biohacking is the art and science of changing the environment around you and inside of you so you have full control of your own biology. That means you can choose to live way longer than you're supposed to. It means you can be smarter and you can be happier.
Again, the film is on Amazon Prime. So many people are into health and wellness, so I know they'll find this really interesting and pretty cool. They had the premiere and screening here in Las Vegas over at the Venetian.
Still to come, what we did on New Year's Eve and the places we recommend you check out. Never miss an episode of Vegas Revealed.
Set your DVR to record new episodes now.
Stay on top of Las Vegas entertainment news, travel trends, buzzworthy interviews, and insider tips. Set your DVR to record Vegas Revealed and never miss an episode. Vegas Revealed presented by LevelUp Law. Weekends on Fox 5.
Or watch anytime.
Set your DVR now.
Call LevelUp Law, 855-LEVEL-UP. LevelUp Law. Call today.
Welcome back to Vegas Revealed. Well, as we know, the new year has started. And Dana, it's funny, each of us rang in 2025 Italian style.
We did, and at old school Las Vegas hotspots. So I love this. I went over to Piero's, and it's close to home, so I wanted to stay a little, close, just easier on New Year's Eve.
Stay out of the hubbub.
Yeah, I needed to be out of the hubbub. So I went to Piero's. I love it there, and I hadn't been in a little while. We actually did the video for their marquee that's right there in the parking lot. You're looking at that video right now. But went over there, had a blast. It just feels like a big family over there. They had live music. The food was excellent. The drinks were great. I highly recommend Piero's. It just, I don't know, there's something special about that place.
And we did our New Year's Eve dinner at Bootleggers on South Las Vegas Boulevard, another spot that gives you that old school Las Vegas vibe. And just like Piero's, when we walked in and checked in at the hostess stand, they were like, oh my gosh, welcome back. It's good to see you guys again. Now, we go to dinner there with friends on a pretty regular basis just because we do love the atmosphere.
Right.
We've gotten to know the servers.
That's fun.
It is. It's a great time. So I think Piero's and Bootleggers, anytime you go there, you can't really go wrong.
No, you can't. And people often ask us, where do you recommend if I have a special date or Valentine's Day? I mean, both good spots for something like that, especially if you're a local.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, thank you for joining us on this edition of Vegas Revealed. As always, you can catch up on previous episodes by going to our Vegas Revealed YouTube channel.
We also have an audio podcast. You can listen to that on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And, of course, follow along on our social media. We have every single type of social media you could ever want. So we're everywhere.
And lots of stuff loaded up there. We will see you back next week.